Welcome to Liberty University's Human Services 508 class. The focus of this class is placed on studies in interpersonal communication. My name is Thomas Shea Harrell. Currently, I am a graduate student enrolled at Liberty University in the Human Services Health and Wellness Master's Program. In this particular course, each student is required to complete an interpersonal communication project, which will allow us to demonstrate the skills that we have learned throughout this course. When applied correctly, the skills will enable us to communicate more effectively in our personal, social, and spiritual environments. Communication is one of the most important things that we all do as humans. Through communication, we are able to express our thoughts and share our innermost feelings. Throughout my life, even as a young child, I have always been interested in communication. At one time, I had dreams of becoming a public speaker. It wasn't until I enrolled in this course that I found out that communication is a lot more complicated than I thought. Before becoming familiar with some of the information presented through several readings of this course, I viewed communication as basic talking. I never sat back and dissected communication because I felt that everyone could talk in one way or another. Boy, was I wrong. Now I can relate to Katie Beck in her article entitled, "Communication Skills Need to be Tailored to the Patient." After reading and reviewing Jon Stewart's Bridges Not Walls and Madeline Burley Allen's Listening, the Forgotten Skill, I realized that I had to make some changes in the ways that I communicate. My overarching goal is to enhance my communication by strengthening my listening skills. I want to become an effective listener and listen with an open and honest mind. Psalms 119, verses 66 through 69 states, "Teach me good judgment and knowledge, for I believe your commandments. Before I was afflicted, I went astray, but now I keep your word. You are good and do good. Teach me your statutes. The proud have forged a lie against me, but I will keep your precepts with my whole heart." As human service professionals, our goals should focus on developing healthy, healing, and holy relationships. In order to do my job more effectively, in order to be a better parent, in order to be a good friend, and in order to become a better individual, I need to listen more and stop being judgmental because I want to enlarge a particular conversation within my interpersonal arena. According to Miles Carbonell's book, How to Solve the People Puzzle, Understanding Personality Patterns, everyone have different personality types that often predict their behaviors. Behavior blend is a set of personality traits that make each person different in their own way. If all people were the same, we wouldn't have anything to look forward to. We would automatically know the outcome of every situation, and we would know what to expect from each individual. After reading about the 4-temperament model of human behavior, I gained a better understanding of why some people do what they do. Personality plays a major role in communication. Carbonell describes the model as a model of human needs that explains people's actions. These insights can make the difference between right and wrong responses and best or worst behavior in any situation. After reading the description of each personality type and prior to completing the Uniquely You profile, I viewed myself as an I personality type. An I type tends to be influencing and inspiring, likes to be popular, positive, talk a lot, and share their feelings. Upon completion of the test, it was verified. On graph 1, my personality type was a DI. I thought it was very accurate. I am expected to drive and impact others. On graph 2, I was viewed as an ICD, which means that I struggle between positive and negative thinking. On the communication skills test, I scored a 75. It stated that I managed to get my point across in a clear, concise way and is also able to listen to others and understand where they're coming from. Since I didn't score a 100, there are some flaws in my communication. The main flaw is listening accurately and effectively instead of hearing what I want to hear. There are several barriers that I must overcome in order to communicate better and to become an effective listener. Some of the barriers that I must overcome includes only paying attention to what interests me, stop being critical and judgmental of the speaker, avoiding internal distractions, and distorting things to hear only what I want to hear. The first thing that I must do in order to deal with each of these barriers is to stop being selfish. I plan to use some of the concepts expressed by James C. Patterson in his book, Why Don't We Listen Better?, which is using the portable talker listener card. This card will help you, me, and others hear each other, relax, think clearer, and build empathy and cooperation. Some of the solutions that I have for the internal behaviors or distractions for listening is being more aware of myself and certain habits, developing a positive attitude about listening, building positive perceptions, and avoid thinking about my personal problems. Most of the time, external distractions are uncontrollable, but the ones I can learn to avoid is looking out of the window when someone is speaking, watching the clock, doodling, fidgeting, and reflecting on the speaker's appearance. Communication can be very difficult at times. According to Stewart, one common sense, close to experience way to organize this overall process is to divide it up into what people take in or inhaling and what they give out, exhaling. While communicating interpersonally, everyone should inhale and exhale. In order to accomplish my overarching goal of enhancing my communication by strengthening my listening skills, I need to focus more on inhaling and exhaling effectively. Often we confuse inhaling while communicating because as humans, we see what we want to see and hear what we want to hear. Why? Because Stewart stated that people make sense out of the world through their perceptual experience. And experience is affected by culture, membership in various social groups, and in fact, by every relationship a person has. I've learned that not inhaling appropriately will cause us to miss out on a lot in the end. According to Proverbs 1, verse 33, but whoever listens to me will dwell safely and will be secure without fear of evil. Being aware of the way we perceive individuals, we learn to generalize less and be more sensitive as we communicate. Exhaling is defined by what we let out. At times, we don't exhale enough and then become frustrated when people don't seem to understand us. I have learned that you have to be open and honest with people in order to gain their respect and in order to make them feel comfortable while talking to you. In order for the relationship to build and develop, both individuals have to disclose and be open to other people's disclosures. Openness depends on three factors: self-awareness, self-acceptance, and trust. In Warren Brown's article, Listen Up, he stated that truly effective communication involves more than just expressing yourself clearly. It also requires effective listening. Both will make you a better communicator and a stronger leader.